Welcome back to 21C. We have gotten full stacks, and the rest can go somewhere else. Yes, right there. I was wondering for a second if I had another. First, let's check to see if we have enough. We don't. Okay, so I want to just place this somewhere so that it is out of the way, but has room for stuff. Dirt. $960, which means we have too much stuff in our we're holding too much other stuff. Now, complete. Wait a second. 60 by 64. You know why? Because this has got 15 in it. For a second, I was like, that's not right. We shouldn't have that much. We should have, it should be full. Yep. So finish filling that and then put the rest in there. What do we have in the hunter's backpack? Oh, that egg we picked up. Empty. No, not empty. Forester, what did we pick up? 8 wheat. When did we do? Oh, probably from a, what you call it? Keeping wheat outside. So, all right. Let's go to sleep real quick. While it is dark out, and then put the rest of this stuff down. All right, so next step. We're going to need 24 cobblestone and 12 flint. But that's not true. We're going to need 24 times 4. We're going to need 96 cobblestone. Got it. We know where it is, so that's fine. Flint-wise, we're going to need to make more flint, which means gravel, stone. I want 5 of you. That is too bad. That one is almost finished. Ugh. gravel, mortar. Okay. Put that one back in here. Go back through where all of this stuff needs to go. All right, so now let's take a look at it. 12 times 4 is 48, so we've got plenty. I'm sure it is, but I'm not quite there yet. Sifting machine is where? True, right. So it's funny because you get to point where it's going to be so much easier, but then you're not going to need it. So what's the use of it getting so much easier? I mean, it might be that, one off where you need it, but 28 times 4 iron plates. It's going to be a lot of iron. So 112 iron plates. That means 224 iron. We might have to go mining. That's 128. Yeah, we might have to go mining. I mean, we still got some in here. 176. Start with you. Yeah, we're going to have to go mining. $64, that's 91 right now, and I need 112, so thankfully we know where 2 chalcopyrite veins are. So if we go to the first one on the list, that takes us to the one that's kind of on ground here, or yeah, kind of overland, not the one that's out in the ocean. So hopefully, if that's the top level, then this should be... Where is... There it is. Okay, good. So there's 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to have to grab from the digger's backpack some cobble. Alright, so this is going to be a buttload of copper. We know that iron is in the middle. So we probably have to go down at least one more level, right? And then that is the top, which means that we go down one more. And this is where we'll start this one. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, so now we do our standard 3x3 every 5. So roof and ceiling should be cleared out as well, but so how often do you play your GregTech New Horizons? And did you say you were like in the MV level? I've got bunches of limonite veins, so and you're right, because between the banded iron and the both versions of limonite, you get a crap ton of. Oh, that's not right. I wanted to go one more up. Yeah, you're right. I hear you. When I lost the first world, I seriously considered not continuing. I'm glad I did, though, because I found out a couple of things about myself. One, I can stick through it. Two, I kind of like, I mean, sometimes it's frustrating, but overall, the feeling of accomplishment is definitely a benefit, I think. I've been playing. Let's put a light there. I know that's going to be our upstairs, but for now, I don't want anything spawning up there. And before I get yelled at in comments, let's go to a limonite vein and use it because it really is better. And but that's just part of the process. And working the process to its fullest means that eventually you're going to get to a point where that stuff speeds up. And that's exactly what working the process is all about, right? So, it's not a huge deal. Let's head back home and drop this stuff in our smeltery and then go to our nearest brown limonite vein. Oh yeah, let's head back home from here. Because you never know what kind of mobs would be sitting around. Alright, so iron ore, pyrite, and copper. So the iron and the pyrite should both be able to work in here. Yep. Copper and chalcopyrite. And then the rest of this goes in here. Really? Huh. I didn't think there was any issue with taking that down, but apparently there is. Now I know. Impure pile of pyrite and gold. As a fuel source, that should process 2. We'll see. All right, so in the backpack, I have some dirt, some gravel, and some cobble. Cobble can go that one. Which one? That one? Good. Gravel here. Dirt there. That one's done. Wow. Gave me 1. I thought it was 2, but that's 1. It makes sense. Okay, cool. On setting that up. I'm not going to talk about it until we're ready to work it, but cool on setting it up. Let's sleep and then go to our next brown limonite vein. Not next, but a brown limonite vein, because I have those. And I actually have those closer, I think. Yeah, look, there's one right there, 79 meters away. I think that I've already spent some time in this one, though. Well, there's no rush. It'd be cool, but it's your birthday, man. That's not something you should be doing. Don't work on your birthday. Well, it helps that it's a holiday, but it'll be cool. Just don't do something silly and make it a hardcore world, because that would kind of suck. I remember you. All right. I did go down to a second floor. There was something specific. Oh, it was for the banded iron. All right, so this is the harder of the 2, so we'll start here. I like that we're going to go through that basalt layer. Okay. If it's fun for you, that's cool. Like I said, let's not do anything stupid like trying to make it hardcore or something like that, because not that people who do hardcore are stupid. All right, so 1, 2. Cool. And you won't have very far to go to get it playing GregTech if you want that hardcore death experience. It won't take long. I had actually gone a couple of days without dying before my last string of deaths. But it's kind of funny because you go a couple of days without dying and you think you're invincible, and the next thing you know, you're just dying again. Dead, dead, dead. And I died to stupid stuff last time. On one of the days I was prospecting for graphite veins so that I could get some diamonds. I died to spiders, no less. It's like, really? Come on. Granted, it was near one of those spider trees, but still. I hate that. Who ever thought of ender creepers? Because that's just, kind of spooky. As if endermen weren't bad enough in most worlds until you get diamond armor, you're a one-shot kill. So, better off not spooking the endermen. That is true. But it's funny because there's so many different types of mobs in some of the modded games that it's like, wait a second. Whose sadistic mind came up with this? And you know that there's some guy somewhere going, this will screw with people. And it does. And the people it screws with, some of them rage quit. If you watched early game for me, I almost rage quit. I almost didn't make it out of episode 1. Wasn't it? And then watching my house get blown up, And then, I was just like, oh, why am I putting myself through this? Looks like over here is not going to be a lot of ore. That's okay. Still need to open this up anyway. And not just that, because I roughly spend 2.5 hours per day working on GregTech. And so if you figure my first episode, the 5 first episodes, I spent a fair amount of time working on it, right? And then the next thing you know, I'm dying. And like I said, I was so disheartened because I almost didn't come back to the world. I almost just explained that, the world had died, that I couldn't get back. Because I was 40 days into my old, and it's like, that's a lot of progress. I think that I'm doing better progress-wise, but when I look at where I was then, there's some things that I've done slower. There's some things that I've done faster. So it's kind of a wash both ways. Um, but still, when I listened to episode 1E as I was getting ready to post it to YouTube, I was noticing how defeated I sounded. I was like, man, this is... And then the creepers blowing up my house and tearing apart everything that I had been working on, and it just was bad. But I'm glad that I stuck around because I'm finding out that I actually like not the mobs, but I like, the having a thing to do and to move towards it and, that kind of stuff. I get what you're saying about having an easier time if you're forced to restart. But knowing what you know now, going into a second game, would you really want to restart it? Knowing that you have to start over? I know I'm not the only person posting GregTech New Horizons on YouTube, but one of the guys has played like 3 or 4 playthroughs. He's got a quick how to get started on his YouTube, and I'm like, dude, are you crazy, man? What is it that's making you think that that's the way you need to do it? That you need to just keep beating yourself up? That's not good. Have we been here? I don't think we've been here. No mobs there. I haven't had a chance to look at Omnifactory. And I know I told you I would when you were watching me play Supper. I just haven't taken the time to. But I should, because it is something that probably could help me out. All right, that's the end of 21C. I'll